we talked a little bit beforehand regarding your college and how you decided to choose certain college to go to. Tell me a little bit about that story.
Okay, well, I don't want to offend any native Floridians, but
I do it all the time on the sports show, all the time. But
you know, what I knew of my grandparents when I was a kid is that my grandfather was a very traditional man. And when I say traditional, he never hugged me. Yeah, as a baby, as an infant, never hugged me. Because he believed a man didn't hug another man. Now, I don't hold that same belief, but what I did with him, my fondest memories of him were sitting on the couch, watching Michigan football, watching Michigan basketball, and when he passed, he never got to see me graduate from Michigan. My grandmother did, and it was in the big house. But when he passed away, the one thing left to me was the throw that he had on the back of his chair, and it said, "Go Blue." Something I had looked past and I never noticed all these years. Only school I applied to. And they're also one of the last that gives reply letters, so I was a little nervous. Yeah.
That's great. So how did you find yourself back deciding that I would go back to South Florida, you know, from there? Because I'm sure once you graduated there, you probably had an opportunity to say, you look at the local area there, maybe you want to stay in Michigan, maybe you want to go somewhere different. What motivated you to come back to where you started from?
Well, first, I never left Broward County by choice. It was by circumstance. And when I chose Michigan, well, I told you why, but when I was there, first I realized it was way too cold for a South Floridian to be in the Midwest, and it was the worst winter that I had in 30 years. Also, when I came back and I went to law school, my grandmother was in poor health, and that was one of the things that I kind of took on personally. I made that my obligation to kind of take care for her, and especially at the end. And that was one of the reasons I do it. My wife was special, actually, because when it came down to helping bathe my grandmother and things like that, she was there as someone who I had been dating for a few months, helping me with my grandmother, helping me take care of her. And you know, she's a public servant as well.
Well, look at that.
Social worker for 18 and a half years.
Wow.
Right here in Broward County.
That's fantastic.